Where am I?
Chaz muttered as he stared at the scene before him. Everything was lit by candles that burned with a strange pink and purple light. A man sat upon a throne-like chair. He was androgynous and quite beautiful. His dull grey skin and ethereal good looks told Chaz that he wasn't human. His hair swept elegantly across his face and covered one eye. The other eye was black with a golden iris, and it was set on Chaz. He was perhaps even more stunning than the women that surrounded him. The women were strange creatures, but gorgeous in their own right. The first had red skin, and she sat with her long legs elegantly draped before the throne. The feet were clawed, and her legs were covered in thick fur from halfway down her calf. That was hardly a turn-off. The fur looked soft, and even though the claws looked sharp, she didn't look threatening. As Chaz studied her, the red woman pressed her scantily clad chest against the chair. She looked up lovingly at the mysterious man. A large set of brown horns arched from her forehead to curve around her head, and the cartilage of her ears were elongated like an elf's. A long thin tail trailed from a hole in the waist of her skirt. It swished gently from side to side in a mesmerizing pattern. The other demoness, if it wasn't improper to call them such, was perched on the arm of the throne. Her slim legs were on show, and her tight clothing left little to the imagination. Her skin was purple, and her horns were longer than her red counterpart. They curled like the horns of a ram around her ears, which were hidden by the drapes of her long hair. As this one looked down at the man, her deep crimson eyes filled with longing. Her long thin tongue protruded and licked her full lips. The luxurious red satin jacket that half hung from the man's slim but toned frame was what finally caught Chaz's eye. It was a luxurious item made with only the finest textiles, and a real fur trim. Such extravagant items were rare. As Chaz looked closer, he noticed the high quality of the man's pants and handmade leather boots. His host didn't say a word. He clicked his fingers and another woman appeared. She looked more elven. No fur, claws, horns, or tail. Her long ears were adorned with multiple metal rings. She carried a tray with a bottle of liqueur, as well as a glass, and fittingly she wore something of a bartender's uniform, though the outfit was made of far higher quality fabric than it deserved. Chaz supposed that in comparison to the other beings in the room, this one was cute rather than beautiful. He suddenly felt self-conscious about his own shaggy brown hair and freckles. The man took the glass and sipped the contents. Once he was done, he finally spoke.
Chaz. We'll have to work on that.
Excuse me?
You're the loser trying to start a clothing label called Lucky Chaz, correct?
Yeah. How do you know?
Chaz gasped as something below the throne moved. It shifted with the scales on its long body glistening the light as it emerged. A giant snake. It blinked, looking right at Chaz. The human scrambled back with fear.
Ophelia won't hurt you unless you make me angry, Chaz. You don't want to make me angry.
The man grinned.
My name is Lucius.
Lucius? What do you want with me?
Chaz stammered as he sat up straight again.
I want to help you, Chaz. Think of me as a patron.
Lucius's voice was smooth like the most expensive silks.
Why? What do you want in return?
Chaz asked quickly. He instantly regretted questioning Lucius, but he also didn't want to agree to anything that was obviously too good to be true. The purple woman leaned back and spoke softly to Lucius. Chaz couldn't make out the words. However, he noticed Lucius's brow furrow for a moment. He stopped her words with one look of displeasure. The woman quickly looked away, and openly pouted. Lucius crossed his legs, and his eyes fell on Chaz once more.
I like your work, Chaz. I can make you famous and successful. All I ask in return is that you allow me first pick of your designs. Perhaps you could create something special for me from time to time.
That's all?
Chaz pushed carefully. Lucius leaned forward, his chin resting in his hand.
What I want is fashion that I like, from a known brand.
I do like your style, but I need you to be someone before I can commit. In truth, I can offer more if you're willing to give more of yourself.
Chaz shivered.
So I just give you clothes, and you'll make me a famous designer.
Yes, but we have to change the name.
Lucius clicked his fingers again and put his glass on the tray, still balanced by the bartender girl. She shakily refilled his glass. The tray seemed precarious, but she balanced it better when she put the bottle back in the center of the tray. Then the girl handed Lucius the glass. Chaz couldn't take his eyes off Lucius.
Why?
The purple demoness laughed.
Again with the questions?
Her voice was low, breathy and erotic.
He's so boring, Master.
She looked expectantly at Lucius. Lucius put his drink back down on the tray, with enough force that the bartender almost dropped it all. He straightened and massaged his forehead with one hand. Chaz noticed a glint of metal as Lucius flexed his free hand. In a swift movement, Lucius roughly shoved the purple woman from her perch. Ophelia hissed and snapped at the woman where she fell. The other demoness looked over at the woman, distress clear on her face.
Callista! She's bleeding, Master!
This one's was lighter, but no less sexual, even despite the situation. Lucius rested his elbows on his knees, interlaced his fingers, and leaned his chin on his hands.
Chaz, the image of your work doesn't suit Lucky Chaz.
He gave a grunt of disgust at the name.
I was thinking that we make it simple for you. Jack of Clubs? What do you think? We could change your name to Jack too. We already have to change your whole look.
Chaz was overwhelmed. He looked down at his daggy t-shirt and jeans. The man's words made sense, and the concept was good.
I don't know. I need to process this.
Take all the time you need. We can wait.
Lucius smiled. It was a cold expression.
Master, please. She's my sister. She's not moving.
The red demoness begged. Lucius sat back and raised a hand to casually smooth out his fringe. As he did, he raised his foot and brought it down hard on the red woman's fingers.
Master.
She sobbed, lowering herself to the ground. The woman in the bartender uniform was staring at Callista. She looked as if she were about to run to the woman.
Jade, stay.
Lucius gave her a side glance as he ordered her like a dog. Yes, Master. She spoke softly, bowing her head. Chaz was terrified. He didn't want to anger the man. Refusal seemed like a bad idea, but acceptance would tie him to this crazy being. The snake Ophelia began slithering towards Callista. It coiled around her prone body and sank its teeth into her neck.
Callista!
The other demoness sobbed as she watched on, her hand still crushed under her master's boot. Chaz opened his mouth.
I...
Thanks for watching. A special thanks to Ara the Rogue for their wonderful snippet, and everyone who contributed their voices to this mini project. Ara the Rogue, KS Claw, and Proven Scorpio. Extra special thank you to Mephistial, who went to the trouble of recording all the lines for Chaz before the audio got corrupted and wouldn't work. I hope you all enjoyed this little story. I hope to keep stuff like this up if I can, but it was a lot of work, so your feedback is important. Another big thank you for watching today's video. I try to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time, or 9 AM Central Standard Time. If you liked the video, leave a like, and if you want to see more speed paints and animations, please subscribe. A very special thank you to my Patreons, Dean G, Debbie G, Thomas H, and Greg W. If you want to support my art and see things first, become a patron with the link below, and please make your day a wonderful one. Goodbye!